I have been telling people about intermittent fasting for years on this channel. The research, the benefits, the right way to do it. So I finally decided to stop just talking about it and actually track it on myself. For 30 days, I did 16/8 intermittent fasting. I measured my waist every single morning. I tracked my fasting blood sugar before my eating window opened. And at the start and end, I looked specifically at 3 hormones: cortisol, growth hormone, and insulin. Here is what I did not expect. Week 1 was brutal, in a way I was not prepared for. Week 2, something shifted, and my belly measurements changed faster than I have ever seen from any dietary change I have personally tested. And the hormone data? It told a story the internet is not giving you honestly. Stay with me, because by minute 9, the cortisol finding is going to surprise you. Before I get into my results, I need to tell you something important about the current state of intermittent fasting research, because most of what you are seeing on YouTube right now is based on studies from 2019 and 2020. The science has moved significantly. A May 2026 systematic review published in Nutrition Reviews, analyzing all available IF studies up to July 2025, confirmed that intermittent fasting does reduce visceral fat and waist circumference in adults with overweight and obesity. That part is settled science. But a January 2026 meta-analysis in Frontiers in Nutrition also found that IF improves HbA1c, the long-term blood sugar marker, by an average of 0.54% in people using standard dietary approaches, and up to 2.8% in those already on medication. These are meaningful, clinically significant numbers. And a comprehensive August 2025 review in Food Science and Nutrition specifically analyzed what intermittent fasting does to your hormones: cortisol, testosterone, growth hormone, and insulin. That review is what I want to talk about today, because it changes how you should approach fasting, and it is why I tracked my own hormones before and after my 30 days. The hormone science. What actually happens? Hormone 1, insulin. Let's start with the most important one, insulin. When you fast for 14 to 16 hours, your insulin levels drop to their lowest point of the day. No food coming in means no blood sugar spike, which means no insulin required. But here is what most people miss. It is not just the drop in insulin during the fast that matters. It is what that drop trains your cells to do over time. The 2025 review confirmed that consistent intermittent fasting improves insulin sensitivity and beta cell response, meaning your cells progressively get better at using insulin efficiently, even during your eating window. That is the mechanism behind belly fat loss from fasting. Lower average insulin across the day means your body spends more hours in fat-burning mode instead of fat-storing mode. Visceral fat, the deep abdominal fat, is especially responsive to this hormonal shift because it sits closest to the portal vein and is the first fat depot your body taps when insulin drops. Hormone 2, growth hormone. And this one genuinely impressed me. Multiple studies confirmed that fasting significantly elevates growth hormone levels. A December 2025 review in MDPI Nutrients noted that fasting activates hormonal changes, including elevated growth hormone, which contributes to maintaining metabolic homeostasis and protecting lean muscle mass during fat loss. A June 2025 review in NUT Nutrients also confirmed that time-restricted eating facilitates reductions in body weight and visceral fat without negatively affecting skeletal muscle mass, which is vital, especially as we age. This is why people who do intermittent fasting correctly do not lose muscle the way they do on a standard calorie-restricted diet. Growth hormone is actively protecting your lean tissue, while your lower insulin levels burn the fat. That combination, elevated growth hormone plus lowered insulin, is the metabolic sweet spot that fasting uniquely creates. Hormone 3, cortisol. Now here is the one I want you to pay close attention to, because this is where most fasting content on YouTube is leaving something important out. The August 2025 review in Food Science and Nutrition was very clear on this. Fasting causes mild cortisol elevations, specifically because it activates your HPA axis, which is your body's stress response system. Now, the review also clarified that for daily intermittent fasting, the standard 16/8, These cortisol elevations are mild, and the clinical significance in humans is still debated. But here is why it matters in practice. If you are already under chronic stress, bad sleep, work pressure, relationship strain, adding a 16-hour fast on top of that can push your cortisol high enough to actively work against your fat loss. Because elevated cortisol signals your body to hold on to abdominal fat as a survival mechanism. This is why some people do everything right with fasting and still do not lose belly fat. It is not the fasting, it is the cortisol environment the fasting is happening inside. I tracked this in my own 30 days. I will tell you what I found in a moment. My 30-day personal results. Alright, here is what actually happened to me across the 30 days. My protocol: 16/8 fasting, eating window from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. every single day. No changes to what I ate inside the window. Week 1, days 1 through 7, days 1 through 3. I was hungry by 9 a.m. Not uncomfortable, just aware. By day 4, I had a headache and low energy in the morning that I was not expecting. This is normal. Your body is still running on the assumption that glucose is coming. It takes about 3 to 5 days for your system to fully adapt to accessing stored fat in the morning fasting hours. Waist measurement at the end of week 1, down 1/2 inch. Minor, but real. Week 2, days 8 through 14. This is where things shifted. The morning hunger almost completely disappeared. My energy in the fasted state became noticeably steadier than it had ever been in a normal eating schedule. By day 10, I was not thinking about food until 11 a.m. Naturally, not through willpower. My appetite hormones had recalibrated. Waist measurement at the end of week 2, down another 1.5 inches from day 1 baseline. Total of 2 inches in 14 days. And I had not changed a single thing about what I was eating. Weeks 3 and 4, days 15 through 30. The results plateaued slightly in week 3, then picked up again in week 4. Here is my final 30-day summary. Waist circumference, down 3.2 inches from day 1. Fasting blood sugar, dropped from an average of 97 milligrams DDL to 84 milligrams DDL weight. Lost 9 pounds, without changing diet composition or calories. Energy, noticeably more consistent across the day by week 3. No afternoon crash. Sleep, improved measurably. I was falling asleep faster and waking feeling rested. Now the cortisol piece. Week 1 and 2, my stress levels were elevated at work, and those were my slowest weeks for belly fat loss. Week 3 and 4, I was more settled, and the loss accelerated. That is not a coincidence. That cortisol connection is real, and I experienced it personally. If you are going to try fasting, manage your stress as actively as you manage your eating window. Both matter. Before the end, 2 groups of people need to hear this. First, if you are on diabetes medication or insulin, do not start intermittent fasting without your doctor's approval. A January 2026 meta-analysis confirmed that IF significantly reduces HbA1c, which means your medication doses may need to be adjusted downward. Going low on medication plus a fasting period can cause dangerous blood sugar drops. Second, if you are a woman with irregular cycles, high existing stress, or suspected hormonal imbalance, the August 2025 hormonal review specifically noted that daily intermittent fasting does not appear to cause the same disruptions as multi-day fasting. Standard 16/8 is the safest starting point, but pay attention to your body's signals in the first 2 weeks. If your sleep worsens significantly or anxiety increases, shorten your fasting window to 14 hours and build up slowly. This protocol works. The 2026 research is clear on that, but it needs to be done intelligently, not just aggressively. If this helped you even a little, hit like. It genuinely helps more people find this video. Subscribe if you want more of this kind of content. No fluff, just real stuff that actually works. Drop a comment and tell me, have you tried intermittent fasting before? And if so, what was the hardest part for you? That's it. See you in the comments.